Wasn't planning to say anything more regarding the funeral of former Prime Minister Basteo Pandey, but there were a few things that really stuck out at me when I watched his funeral 2 days ago. Some more positive than others, but the one that I really want to touch on in this video, and then I'll make the other one, is regarding attendee conduct and really just the conduct in general of those in the public space. It is something that I am increasingly mindful of for myself. And I mean, it's always something that's been top of mind given that I've had over 18 years of experience in the public sector, and my day-to-day work heavily involves client interactions, both internal and external, fostering positive relationships with anybody that you work with. It's not just coworkers, it's those that you provide a service or a product to. Enhancing and refining that relationship is critical and core to your success. So the thing that stood out at me that I really wanted to speak about today is Karen Nunez Teixeira. She was being, well, a Karen. I don't agree with her conduct whatsoever. I think it was really extremely in poor taste. So I'm sure most people have heard about this by now, but she did not receive an invitation to attend the funeral within the SAPA premises, so she hopped a fence and thought that she could just take matters into her own hands and attend it herself. To that, I say that when you're in the public eye, not only do you have to be mindful of your conduct, but you have to get out of this mindset that anybody owes you anything. Not because you're in the public eye means you have, one, all the answers, two, you have a free pass to behave however you want, and three, that it won't come back to bite you. At this point, nobody cares if you worked with a former prime minister, or nobody cares what sort of relationship you had with him. What people care about is how did they get to participate. Even though this was a state funeral, and it was very, the state funeral, that's what needed to happen, I think. I'm really glad that the family accepted that. This is what was very deserving, given the lengthy public service that Basteo Pandey took part in. But we also have to remember that there is a familial aspect to this. His family set their loved one off on their final journey to wherever he may be heading to at this point. Not one bit of this was your right to take away from the real issue at hand, is to how to successfully honor this man and perform a very religious ceremony, mind you. Again, he's the first person to have a state funeral under Hindu rites. You decided to take your bad behavior and turn the attention to you when this was not about you in the first place. So as a woman, I'm disgusted, because we can certainly conduct ourselves with more decorum and tact than that. And number two, this was not about you. Get off your high horse. And this is a lesson, again, to anybody in the public eye, that we don't owe you anything. Your first and foremost thought in your mind should always be, the public got me here, and it is the public who's going to keep me here. You work for them, not the other way around.